The giants have walked this land. Each step took the mighty mountain shook. Trees took a knee and zeroed them. Then one day they say the sky gave way. Death rained down and made a terrible sound. There's fire everywhere, nothing to spare. That walked on the land and flew through the air. When the night was over, the sleigh wiped clean with a touch. Their God stood and the sight was good and said, ashes to ashes and dust to dust. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. And then the sea gave birth. It crawled up on the dirt, stood up and took a look around. Said, I'm the next big thing, the gift that I bring comes directly from God, so ain't no holding me down. In a crowd of 17, now no one remembers the name, but they see that it's so to show a road. Blood on my hands, a plague on this land. They drew a line in the sand and made the last stand. Said, God made us in His image, and this ain't God that we trust. When asked about the man that had died by the hands, it just said ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
I just wasn't raised as an artist to believe that you censor yourself because of being afraid of offending someone.
That's one of my favorite instruments. Which place?
Three in the morning.
Why did you stay down? So weird,
Which
man.
place?
Which place?
See, she told me to do this. I said, man, I can't do it.
How much time have we got?
I'm from Church, Texas. That's SCHERTZ Church, just like it sounds. There in Church, Texas, I lived on Cook Street. That's KOCH, Cook Street. And I attended O.G. Wiederstein Junior High School. Now you may have gathered that the original white settlers in this particular part of Texas were of German descent. I know this for a fact. I used to get the shit beat out of me on a fairly regular basis by great big square-headed cowboys called Otto. Well, they were all called Otto, and I've never been able to explain that. Or Otto Bob. I didn't know that you could get from Texas to Tennessee any other way to hitchhike until I was 27 years old. And so when I went up to Nashville, I wanted to come home for Christmas or something, I had to hitchhike my ass home too. So first time I attempted that, a truck dropped me off at the Shirts exit on Interstate 35. Now, my parents no longer lived in Shirts, Texas. We were renters and we moved around a lot. And after I grew up, they moved over to the northwest side of San Antonio. And of course, I left home pretty young, and I'd come home and, came home one time, knocked on the door, and this guy I didn't know came to the door because my parents moved and they didn't tell me. And not on purpose, I just didn't call home much. And this guy answered a great big square-headed cowboy named Otto. But for whatever it's worth, it is the hometown blues with apologies to Thomas Wolfe and Doc Watson. 1, 2, 3.
Yankees lost. That's
Man, tell me about it.
I was having dinner with Danny Goldberg, who, owns Artemis, and he suggested I might want to make an overtly political record. This is before September 11th. People who have lost a loved one to violent crime and who actively oppose the death penalty. They reject the idea that retribution is the remedy for their loss and their pain. They say, not in my name, when society at large, and this and a handful of other countries, suggest that the taking of another life will afford them closure and healing. From these amazing people, I learned the greatest lesson of my life as an activist, that no person or group of people will ever bring about a fundamental change in the criminal justice system in this country by ignoring the pain and loss of crime victims and their families. My patriotism is centered around the Constitution. I think it's the best part of us.
We were watching some artists perform in the United States, and they're really different. Like, off stage, they'll say one thing, but when they get on stage, they won't say anything. I mean, they'll do their show, and maybe their songs have something to do with some issue, but they won't, as a person, come out from behind that and say, and by the way, there's a march tomorrow, and I hope you all can be there, and this is what it's about. Whereas people like Billy and Steve, will be, that's part of their gig.
They're still going to go. They were going to go before September 11th, and they're going to go. And when they start sifting through our ashes, we're going to be remembered for maybe rock and roll, maybe jazz, and our Constitution.
This is, like I said, it's been a long, weird year. And take my word for it, there's an even longer, weirder one coming. Just remember that no matter what you hear, that it's never, ever unpatriotic or un-American to question any fucking thing. In a democracy, no matter what time anybody on CNN says it is.
So here I am at this really weird moment in time in music history where I'm like, oh God, should I do this? Should I not do this? And like, I'm going to do this, Right. And then this thing came up with the Smithsonian asking me to curate this major exhibit, and I'm thinking, oh my God, this is like historically, he is considered a communist or a socialist by the government to this day. So it was a real coup in a way I felt, to have the opportunity to bring Woody to the mass public and his artwork and all this stuff, so I agreed to do it. And then Steve comes out with the song, Come Back Woody Guthrie. Come back to us now. And I exploded in tears. I can't tell you what happened, the affirmation that it gave me to do my work. And it was like, I can't believe the synchronicity of this all happening, with Steve saying, come back to us, Woody Guthrie, come back. And I was sitting in my living room bawling. I'm saying, he's coming, he's coming, he's coming, don't worry.
Now, this song ain't about Christmas. And it damn sure ain't about Washington. And I wrote it on election night, but it ain't about elections either. It's about heroes. My heroes. Or some of my heroes, because I couldn't get them all in this song, because it would have been longer than our last election. Like Joan Baez could have been in this song, because she's always been one of my heroes. Joan Baez is my hero because she stood up in Woodstock and sang Joe Hill for her husband, who was locked up for no other reason than they couldn't shut him up or make him kill anybody. So she gave him a voice in front of 400,000 people. Abby Hoffman could have been in this song. He could have been in this song, and he's one of my heroes because he said that what we did in the 60s was unprecedented in history because the people rose up against their own army and said, we don't want it,
and the army stopped. Just gear near the bar, get yourself another drink. I'll be with you directly. George Ryan could have been in this song. Because in his last hours as governor of Illinois, everybody was wondering what he was going to do. I sat at the same table as him twice in the year and a half before, and I knew what he was going to fucking do. Not that he was telling anybody, but you could just tell. And when it was all over with, all the second guessing amazed me. There were people, I even heard a very famous person suggest that Governor Ryan was being selfish by commuting all those sentences just to buy off his own conscience. I submit to you that if all of us checked in with our conscience before we did anything, this would be a lot better world that we lived in. And we need heroes right now. We need Woody right now. And you just close your eyes. I think we got a better chance of singing him up than anything else. It's Christmas time in Washington. Democrats rehearse and getting into gear for 4 more years. Things not getting worse. Republicans drink whiskey neat and they thank your lucky stars. Said, cannot seek another term. There'll be no more FDRs. And I sat home in Tennessee, staring at the screen, an uneasy feeling in my chest, and wondering what it means. Come on, come back, Woody Guthrie. Come back to us now. Tell us from paradise, rise again somehow. If you run into Jesus, maybe he can help us out. Come back, Woody Guthrie, to us now. I followed in your footsteps once, back in my traveling days. Somewhere I failed to find your trail. Now I'm stumbling through the haze. But there's killers on the highway now, and a man can't get around. So I sold my soul for wheels that roll. Now I'm stuck here in this town. So come back, Woody Guthrie.
early call tomorrow, brother, by the way.
Oh, it is? Why?
Because it's K-Fog morning show. Are we going, or what?
Should we go back and do another take?
Got your back. Hey, man. Hi, Steve. How are you?
Hi, this is Steve Earle, and you're listening to K-Pop, World Class Rock.
Perfect.
Radio Free Europe, it is World Class Rock, 19 minutes after 8 o'clock, the Friday morning show.
I think our listeners have been familiar with Steve Earle for a long time, but all of a sudden you're showing up on CNN and other venues where people wouldn't...
even Fox News, which is frightening that people think there's a need for a right-wing alternative to CNN, but it exists.
It's all because of this song that you're about to perform, which ironically you're going to perform on the day that John Walker Lynn is to be sentenced in Alexandria, Virginia.
Right.
But you wrote this song, guy with kind of an American twang, doing it from the Taliban point of view. How did this come about?
I don't know whether it's a Taliban point of view, but it's from his point of view.
Is he worth singing about? We'll ask Steve Earle what he was thinking when he wrote a song sympathetic to Taliban American John Walker Lynn.
I think an American would have written a paean to Hitler during World War II.
It's the worst song I've ever heard.
I'm on the side of Secretary Rumsfeld and the President, and I am not on the side of this poor, misguided Marin County hot tubber. I am not on his side.
I'm just an American boy. He lived in a culture in Marin where people were encouraged to be spiritually experimental, and his family thought it was okay. And then he graduated from high school earlier than most kids do. And he asked if he could go to Yemen to study Arabic and the Quran. Then he went, came back, and his parents had split up. His whole world turned upside down, and he goes back to Yemen, and then the next time his parents see him, he's duct taped naked to a board on CNN.
I guess in many ways the epitome was the New York Post headline, which accused you of honoring the tally rat.
Right.
What's the right verb? What's the verb that you would use for what you are doing with?
Certainly empathizing. We focused on John Walker Lynn because we couldn't get Osama bin Laden, and it was people's anger and the need for retribution, is always the real issue. Whether retribution is worth it is always the real issue around the death penalty, and I think it figures into this. Are we going to, the idea that someone has to pay, even if it's the wrong person, is a really dangerous idea.
Maybe I'll offer the prayers, prepared for our martyrdom. But Allah has some other plan, some secret not revealed. Now they're dragging me back with my head in the sand to the land of the infidel.
Well, the irony of it is that if Steve Earle wrote that song and produced it in a Muslim country that practiced Islamic law and referred to that country as the land of the infidel, he would have his tongue cut out or his hand chopped off.
This is an orange. Orange? An orange or something. I haven't eaten in about more than a week.
When I saw him on TV the same time everybody else did, I guess I saw something a little bit different. But what I saw was a 20-year-old kid that looked like he hadn't eaten in a long time. And my kid always is 20, and he always looks like he hadn't eaten in a long time, even when I feed him. And so it just became really apparent. What I hooked into is he has parents, and that they must be just sick.
Remember sitting on the doorstep, love and tears in my eyes, and already having my back. Kiss my mama goodbye, had my heart set on summer. I didn't even know. Yes, and tell me why it still hurts me so.
He's in a band with Kevin Welch's son and Gary Nicholson's son called the Swindlers, and it's like and Wally Wilson's son's in the band now, Skylar. So it's like we're all, whole row of dads in the back watching them playing this joint that we all played in. And the joint, I mean, there's bomb in there that was there when I played there. Springwater. And it's right by the edge of Centennial Park. And we're standing there, and this other friend of ours comes up behind. He leans over. I hadn't seen him in years. He goes, I wonder how many of them kids up there was conceived right here in this parking lot. And he goes, there goes right where my son was conceived. Try again, Justin. Do you remember your part at the end, or you completely forgot that getting flustered about the part in the middle?
I haven't gotten flustered about shit, but yes, I have.
Yeah.
Could y'all deal with a fry-up tonight like Captain D's?
I want the chicken fingers.
So make sure there's a bunch of steak and cheese in there. Get slaw, I want slaw.
Crab slag.
Eat my fuck.
Look at like a winner. What did you do not be ready, boy?
Not only does it have all these famous roads.
steps when I'm dragging my feet, 'cause I ain't ready yet to start over again. 'Cause every time that I do, I remember you.
When you broke my heart and it healed alright, now we're far apart, and I don't lie awake at night, but every once in a while, right out of the blue, I remember you.
You never ride and I never call. I don't miss you tonight, I'm just curious, that's all.
Do you still have dreams? Did they all come true? Does it ever seem like you'll ever make it through?
Do you ever miss me the way that I do?
I remember you.
Talking these streets,
When you broke my heart,
counting my steps,
but it healed alright.
and dragging my feet.
Now we're far apart.
I don't lie awake at night, and every once in a while, right out of the blue, I remember you. I remember you.
So, how long before showtime?
I have no clue. I'm usually the guy that's running around asking, and everybody's telling me to get a fucking watch.
2 hours and 20 minutes to Garrison, 3 hours and 20 minutes to us. So we got some time.
No, but.
They just got some big, giant ribeyes in there and then slice them.
Oh, how long will it take till he pukes his cheesesteak on the stage? Then what can he do? Pepto-Bismol is pink and not blue. Oh, what can...
Why are you talking to?
Look at you. Take a look in the mirror. Now tell me what you see. Another satisfied customer in the front of the line for the American dream. Now, I remember we were both out on the boulevard talking revolution and singing the blues. Nowadays it's letters to the editor, cheating on the taxes is a business we could do. Go on. Yeah, there's doctors down on Wall Street, they're sharpening their scalpels and trying to cut a deal. Meanwhile, back at the hospital, got accountants playing God and passing out the pills. Yeah, I know that sucks. That your HMO ain't doing what you thought it would do, but everybody's gotta die sometime, and we can't save everybody. It's the best that we can do.
America version 6.0 for a film called John Q. Nick Cassavetes' film. It's about a guy who, his son needs a heart transplant and his insurance won't cover it, so he becomes so desperate that he gets a gun and holds a doctor that can perform the surgery hostage, which is political as Hollywood ever gets. And he said, no, I want a Steve Earle song. I want something political. And which I said, I can hook you up. And I wrote something overtly political about a specific subject, which was our healthcare system. Then September 11th happened, and suddenly Nick Cassavetes stopped returning my phone calls.
Exactly what they were saying, but it's 6.0 man away. Hey, we just built a wall around the country club. Keep the rip crap out until the smoke is through. Yeah, I know that ain't exactly democratic, but it's either them or us. It's the best that we can do. Conservative. Conservatively passionate. Meanwhile, I'm still fighting. Hey, let's blow up Iraq. I mean North Korea. I'm in Iraq, I'm in North Korea, I'm in Texas.
I'm a little paranoid. I mean, of course, paranoia is, after I look it up, it's a fear with no basis in reality. And I don't know, they may not be watching you, but I promise you they're fucking watching me.
said, well, some man wants to come here for us. Let's just get down to it. Said I always headed to the bedroom. There's a few places I ain't been, and a few things I ain't done. She got to the big truck and I got my gun. Someone gotta do it. Hey!
should have that much power. But the core of it for me is I'm not trying to save anybody on death row. I'm trying to keep me from going to hell.
Okay, so you've been coming. You've been coming up for years, right?
The first time I came to San Francisco, this is one of the first places I wanted to go because it just sort of figures into a lot of stuff I've been reading all my life. It's an independent bookstore. It's an independent publisher. They publish about half of Kerouac's work.
It's probably time to reread this.
This is like, the film version of this is where a lot of my opposition to the death penalty came from. Just because I saw it when I was a kid, and I had bad dreams in cold blood. It's the whole scene where they're getting ready to execute Perry Smith, and he's they get him all strapped into the harness, and because they're gonna hang him, and he says that he's heard that when people are hung that they soil themselves, and he's worried about that, and so he asks them if he can go to the bathroom one more time, if they can unstrap him, and they say that there's no time, and then the priest intervenes, and so they unstrap him real quick, and he goes to the bathroom, and he comes back and they strap him in, and then they hang him, and the whole thing just seemed so like inhuman. Forget about inhumane. And it just sort of stuck with me. I had bad dreams about that for years.
Thanks. Now, I've written several songs over the years that had to do with my opposition to the death penalty in my country, and which is work that I still do. And there's a lot of reasons for that. My own opposition to the death penalty is pretty core. I object to the damage it does to my spirit for my government to kill people because my government's supposed to be me, and I object to me killing people. It's really simple. So this is called Over Yonder, and it's also called Jonathan's Song.
Once it mailed my letter, chaplain's waiting by the door. Tonight we cross that yard together, and they can't hurt me anymore. 'cause I'm going over yonder where no ghosts follow me. There's another place beyond here where I'll be free. I believe you can give my radio to Johnson.
The place about Carl Faye Tucker, who was the first woman executed in Texas since the Civil War. It started out as like a, whoa, I can still have babies. It started out on like a, it was a very romantic weekend in a B&B in North Carolina. And Sarah and I had met doing work against the death penalty because she was co-director of the Tennessee Coalition when we met. The idea was something for us to do together where we had this common ground. And so I got, suffering from delusions of grandeur, decided I was going to write a play. I'm terrified at this, because that's something I've never done before. And it's hard. It's writing in 3D.
Look at me! Look at her! Do you have any fucking idea what it feels like to wake up in the middle of the night in your own bed, in your own apartment, and get your brains bashed out?
Jack Johnson from his Brushfire Fairy Tale CD, that's Bubble Toes. Sean Colvin just before him was Steady On. I'm David Hall. Our old friend Steve Earle is here in the studio. Steve is coming to us today in his role as playwright.
Carolyn is on trial for creating a monster.
If you're not interested in the program, young lady, I'd be more than happy to escort you back to your unit.
And you can say that's not what it is all you want to, but that's what I wrote. And every time I become aware of it and I see it and it's not what I wrote, I'm going to say so.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow the.
I mean, the stuff that's happened, there's stuff already that I didn't write, but it was better, and I conceded. Has it been a problem? And it's not a problem. It's not going to be a problem with you as long as you get your way, just like everybody else. But the deal. Well, the point. Don't make this one of don't I trust the process things, because it's not about that. I totally trust the process, but I also wrote this. And this one time, I wrote it, and I'm a producer, and this is our theater company. And
fuck you, Carla.
I rewrote the last scene of the play last night. I knew it wasn't working. Kept hoping it was them, but it wasn't. It was me. Which, I can't kind of say it's them because it's my girlfriend. Okay, now I'm throwing like new dialogue at Sarah 3 nights before we go up. So I finally finished the play last night. The ball game is on. Fuck y'all, this is just a play. I'm gonna watch this. Oh, I have flowers for the ladies in the cast. They're off stage right in the sink in that little room, Okay. Yeah, it's right. It's at auditorium level. If you go through that door, help me remember to get those out there on the curtain call. Okay. Yeah. Nice. There's fucking thespians everywhere. Yikes. Do those things eat their young? I think I'm fine. Good coat. Good coat. I'll shoot dice with you for that. That's great. That's a very cool coat.
Isn't that nice?
Why don't you answer me?
Hi, Steve Earle, please. E-A-R-L-E. So the honorees for tonight, Anthony Lewis, the government of the United Mexican States, and I think the Mexican ambassador will be here for a while, and you. Governor Ryan's actually speaking. He's giving the keynote. And John Trezano's actually going to give you your award. And then you play closing music, so, and that's what it is, and they're going to give you a plaque. All right? And that's what I know. All right, I'll call you when I need you.
It is indeed my extraordinary pleasure and honor to present this year's Southern Sever
human rights award to singer, songwriter, author, playwright, poet, and one hell of an activist, Mr. Steve Earle.
My name, Billy Austin. I'm 29 years old. I was born in Oklahoma, quarter Cherokee, I'm told. I remember Oklahoma, been so long since I left home. It's like I've always been in prison, like I've always been alone. I didn't mean to hurt nobody. Never thought I'd cross that line. I held up a filling station like I'd done 100 times. The kid done like I told him. He lay face down on the floor. Guess I'll never know what made me turn and walk back through that door. The shot rang out like thunder. My ears rang like a bell. No one come running, so I just called the cops myself. Well, it took the time to get there, and I believe I could run. I knew I should be feeding something, but I never shed tear one. Hell, I didn't even make the papers. 'Cause I only killed one man, but my trial was over quickly, and the long, hard wait. Court-appointed lawyer couldn't look me in the eye. He just stood up, closed his briefcase when they sentenced me to die. Now my waiting's over. Final hour drags by. I won't stand here and tell you that I don't deserve to die. There's 97 men here, mostly black, brown, or all poor. Most of us are guilty, with me. Shave off all my hair. Could you take that long walk with me, knowing hell was waiting there? Could you pull that switch yourself, sir, with a sure and steady hand? Home, tell yourself, sir, that you're better than I am. My name's Billy Austin. I'm 29 years old. I was born in Oklahoma, quarter Cherokee, I'm told.
Well, hell, y'all all know I'm Waylon and I'm an addict. And the fact is that I want to be clean today more than I want to be high.
I know that's all right.
It's good to be here. Hell, it's good to be anywhere clean. Even Balmer. I've been cleaned a few 24 hours now, and I'm still dead certain that my disease wants me dead. Yeah, I'm in here with y'all talking shit about how strong I am, how strong I feel, but my disease is out there in that parking lot doing push-ups, on steroids, waiting for the chance to kick my ass up and down the street again.
I pulled into the Travelers Motel one night, and I'd been down there smoking coke for a week. And I'd gone home and slept for 7 or 8 hours, and then I pulled back into the motel, and I didn't know, but the police had come in and rounded everybody up. And so when I pull in, a cop car pulls in front of me and behind me, and I got a Glock 45 stuck in the waistband of my pants. And they're like, so the cops yank me out of the car, throw me up on the hood, and give me one of those police wedgies where they, yank your pants all the way up, and your testicles is up in your shoulder pads, It's like, whank, and that gun popped out and landed on the ground and fired. It bounced and fired twice. The cops were just hitting the deck all around me. I mean, that was like death row for my ass if I'd hit one of those cops. And I'm lucky they didn't just dust me right there. I don't know why they didn't shoot me. I think they were just so shocked. It was like...
Steve Earle is a country rock musician. He is a very successful entertainer.
Thank you so much.
However, a couple of years ago, Steve Earle got on the wrong road. He got on the road to drugs. He has been convicted of heroin and cocaine. Part of his conditions of his probation was to perform within a prison in the state of Tennessee. That's why Steve Earle is here at this particular time.
My mood ring just committed suicide. I don't know what it's. I've never seen it that color before.
The inmates are certainly looking forward to the show tonight. They've been locked down for 2 days and confined to their cells, which makes them a little anxious from time to time. So they're ready to get out and see what's going on with all the equipment coming in and really see the concert. They've been talking about it for several days. The build up here has been fantastic. I think they'll really be upbeat tonight.
Everybody here from Nashville? Well, the Nashville people will really be able to relate to this, but there's one of these sides of town in every town you come to. Downtown is just to ease my pain. I went downtown, it's just to ease my pain. I ended up out walking in the rain. I took my pistol and $100 bill. I took my pistol and $100 bill. Had everything I need to get me killed.
I would have been a heroin addict if I'd been a carpenter. You know, it's not about art. It doesn't have anything to do with art. I just could afford better drugs and more of them. But I would have gotten in trouble. I would have lost everything. All of the things that happened to me if I hadn't been an artist. You know, I totally don't buy that. I don't believe art makes. I don't believe that you gotta suffer for art. I just believe it's important for, if you do suffer, that it's in your art. And I don't believe that artists are more likely to have drug problems.
Now the devil lives on Lewis Street, I swear. He lives right down on Lewis Street, I swear. I seen him rocking in his rocking chair. I started way up the top of Lewis Street, and I walked down to the end. I started way up top and I walked down to the end. I go way down in the bottoms and I come back up again. And my mama.
And the deal is to live fast, you know, leave a good-looking corpse thing is the problem with it is that you might be like Talon, you might be a tough motherfucker, and you might not die young. You might die a really long, slow death. And it almost happened to me.
Down Tennessee, just down on some Bama San Antonio, and the radio blasting and a bird dog on. Me tramping in Town, no local river shut down. Me and the boys got this rigging well from 1,000 miles from the guitar. Settle down, take it back with me to the guitar.
Bridges are weird because they're built
built kind of like real guitars. They're built like, you know, like acoustic guitars. And,
Right,
you know,
right.
They were made right here in Williamsburg.
I used to live in Williamsburg.
Yeah.
When I was writing at Saturday Night Live, I got an apartment in Williamsburg, and I could see the lights of the Gretsch factory.
Yeah, yeah.
And I thought it was really cool until I realized that there's like 4 crack houses around me.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
of course now it's gentrified the other direction. Like Roscoe Studios over there. His theory is always when the second sushi joint goes in,
that's when it's time to go.
It's over. It's
Right,
like you can't
right.
afford to live there anymore.
Help yourself. There's mustard and mayonnaise.
Yeah, we ate a lot of. I'm gonna take off. My dog is in my room down at the
what kind of dog?
A blue heeler, Australian cattle dog. He's great. He's smarter than I am.
I was with a girlfirriend once that had a Rhodesian Ridgeback.
I had one of those years ago.
Those are. I thought this would be a great. I want to. You know, it lived in her apartment. The 5th floor walk up. This thing's genetically engineered to run like 60 miles in South Africa.
They run cheetahs to the ground.
Right, and she would leave it in the apartment and like leave it in New Yorker. Like flip through this. Anyway, thanks a lot. Thanks.
You can't have pies.
No, you can not. He told me.
Cannot. You can't.
You've had too much human food.
Suddenly I'm like, oh, look at me! I'm dancing.
He got all excited. Hey, no cheering on the girls. Stop it.
What if they like it?
This is cheer out.
America!
I had him dancing during conspiracy theory.
Did you? Yeah, I heard. Look at Bo. Look at Bo.
Kelly.
Bo.
Stand at attention, Bo.
Anyway, so I just wanted to say thank you.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it. See Heil. When I got to Nashville, the other weirdos in town besides the songwriters from Texas were the bluegrass players.
I was born on this land long time ago.
Bluegrass was a very, Bill Monroe invented single-handedly a really sophisticated form of music that used instruments that are normally associated with what some people consider to be a primitive form of music. Bill Monroe was a hipster, and some of these hillbillies don't get that. He was a complete and total hipster, and all that bluster and all of that shit, he scared the fuck out of people, and they didn't realize that, he wore a suit when he played, and his guys wore suits when he played, because he was playing this really sophisticated form of music on instruments that were associated with a non-sophisticated form of music, and he wanted to make sure that it was shown the respect that he thought it needed to be shown. That's what it was all about. He was overcompensating for all the rude stuff on the Grand Ole Opry because he was a Grand Ole Opry star. They asked him in immigration, name, Bill Monroe, occupation, well, I'm the father of the bluegrass music.
think I started out, it was as much about the Beatles as it was anything else. I mean, that was, you know, they certainly had guitars and they certainly, you know, wrote, you know, really good songs. And so I became aware that they were writing their own songs. And then, you know, by the time I was really playing, you know, there was plenty, I mean, I was listening to Jimi Hendrix and everything everybody else was listening to, but my dad never would let me have an electric guitar, so I couldn't make my guitar sound like that. So I started, you know, that caused me to, you know, gravitate towards records that I could emulate a little more accurately. And so I found out about Tim Buckley and Tim Hardin, and that started me backtracking to older Bob Dylan records and stuff that was more acoustically oriented. And then, you know, I met Townes, and from that point on, you know, my influences started being, you know, people that I knew more than people that I heard on records, because it's just a stronger, you know, more vital thing.
Ride the blue and high and free. She leads you down through misery. Leave you low come time to go. Alone and low as low can be. I ever had a nickel, I find a gain. If I won $1, I'd make it rain. If it rained an ocean, I'd drink it dry. I'll lay me down dissatisfied.
Yeah, just wait. These are all going to come through most of them. So hang on. Slow down, man. You know, the shit change is gonna happen. You're driving way too fucking fast. You're going 50 fucking miles an hour in a 35 mile an hour speed zone. I normally don't tell people how to drive, but that's just stupid, Amos. You're gonna get the best you're gonna come out of it is you're gonna get a fucking ticket. You do not want to get stopped in Nashville with me in the car. I'm an ex-con death penalty abolitionist, and the FOP is based in Nashville.
What's FOP?
Fraternal Order of Police.
Oh, really?
I don't do that shit anymore. I said a long time ago, don't make you an outlaw, drive like a fucking idiot and give them a reason to go in your car.
On behalf of the captain, the first officer, and myself, we'd like to welcome you to Portland. Please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened until this aircraft has come to a complete stop at the gate. The captain has the
bedroom. Sitting like daddy instead of fool. I live so granddaddy here. Gonna come to town about twice a year. Down to Betty since the Copperland. Get it out of good neighborhood. That revenue man with a granddaddy band. Yeah, my hollering little playing hand. For my time, life been tough. Never come back from Copperhead Road.
I think it's dangerous to be ignorant of Islam in these times. I didn't know that Muslims worship the same God that Christians and Jews do. It's not a similar God. It's the God of Abraham. It's the same God. And the Church of the Holy Sepulchre and the Western Wall and the Dome of the Rock are on one piece of real estate that, smaller than a lot of shopping malls. And it's Jerusalem, believe it or not, this was, when it came time to write something optimistic, because the record was starting to bum me out, and it was a pretty serious record, I chose what a lot of people consider to be, a hopeless situation, but I don't see it that way, because I see it as a challenge, because if we can get it right in that part of the world, everything else is easy. And I really do believe that the future of mankind may be, decided in one little spot on the planet, a third way around the world from where I live.
I don't remember learning how to read in Sunday school, but somewhere along the street I never look back again, but I still find some comfort now and then the storm was rattling and I came laying down and the drums were drumming and I can't stand the sound, but I believe the lion and the lamb will lie down in peace together. Nobody lives forever. Nothing stands the test of time. Heard 'em say never. It's always best to keep it in mind. Every tower ever built tumble. No matter how strong, no matter how tall. Someday even great walls will crumble. Every idol ever raised fall. Some even man's best laid plans lie twisted, covered in rust. When they're all in we can and they slip through our hands and it's ashes to ashes and dust to dust. my